This, of course, is my SOG Powerlock EOD model. I did a head-to-head comparison of this multi-tool in my review of it against the outstanding Leatherman Charge TTI, and TI for that matter. Now discontinued. The TTI is the current reference multi-tool according to me, Nutnfancy. Now, there are a lot of things I think that the Leatherman beat the SOG Powerlock on. Pretty much everything. It has more leverage. It does have better scissors. They're bigger. And more importantly, it has this, an awl. I love awls or punch, whatever you want to call this. This is an indispensable tool in any multi-tool. I got my hand behind it so the camera will focus. And this is a very nice one too, a very good awl that they've included on the SOG Powerlock. It's nicely chiseled, real sharp tip, adequately long. I wish Leatherman had it. I'm going to talk about a few other criticisms I forgot to add to the Powerlock though at the end of this video. But the main reason I'm posting this video is to show you an option for you to add an awl to your Leatherman Charge. Now, there are some other good ways to do this. I think some forums have some ideas on them of guys grinding stuff, and I think they're excellent. However, I needed something a little bit longer than just about a ½ inch. This is, of course, a regular hex 2-dimensional bit in the driver holder of the Leatherman Charge. This is a TI, TTI, same thing. So how do I get this type of tool in this? Well, the way I approached it is a little bit different because I needed something longer. And the reason I want something longer is for drilling purposes in the woods. Sometimes in making animal traps, you need to drill a hole, and I'll show you why in future videos. And that's why I think a longer awl or punch is needed. This is too short. And the way I approached it is by using a standard Phillips driver bit. And I went ahead and machined this down to the degree needed to fit in here. And here's the finished product by Nutnfancy. Just got done with it. Not perfect, but it's my first version. Probably my only version. And that's it. Ta-da! The awl, a la Nutnfancy's version for the Charge TI TTI. How did I do it? Simple. If you have the proper tools, I have a third horse or half horsepower grinder, wheel grinder that I can use, and that's a very much needed tool in order to remove the metal on this. These are the same bits, and you can see the amount of metal I had to remove to make this happen. Why did I use a bit versus something else? One, the length. I like the length. And two, it's already pre-machined in the hexagonal shape needed for the bit holder. Now granted, that's 3-dimensional. I need to go to 2-dimensional like this. But the nice thing is by using a bit, I already have this angle right here, looking headlong on the Leatherman bit. See that? Kind of a TP. That's what's going to make it fit in the Leatherman Charge bit holder. So all I have to do really, and did, is remove metal from the sides, maintaining that nice angle right here. So I just shaved the metal off the side very carefully and patiently, and this is the result right here. The Leatherman Charge awl. Not super clean on my machining, but guess what? I don't care. It's a tool, and that's what I want it to be used for. Now, most of the work I did again on that power wheel. I'm sorry, the power grinder. However, the final grind, I do have a chisel. I know it's hard to see. I painted it black for rust resistance, and yes, I know that black paint will wear off this Krylon semi-black. I chisel ground it here and a little bit here, and as you can see, a little bit at the top to get that sharp point that I desired. And most of that was done with just a fine chisel. Fine file. And I just worked carefully along those lines. And I flattened the back out pretty much. You can see some vestiges of the Phillips driver there on the tip. Right there on the left. Very vestiges of it. Don't care about that so much. And I'm pretty happy with the result actually. It fits in the bit holder pretty tight. There is a little bit of wiggle, but no more so than any of the other bits. Very nice, and it has the length I want. If I had my choice, I'd even make it just a little bit longer, but I think this will be adequate for my purposes up there in the woods. And of course, an awl is effective for all kinds of piercing tasks, like leather, cloth, everything. Just making a hole is kind of a poor man's drill bit too. So, how long will this last? Don't know. We'll find out in testing. I'll let you know if I find out something bad. But I think now the Leatherman Charge, TTI, and TI compares very favorably against the SOG Powerlock in the awl department. In fact, I would prefer it. This is still an outstanding awl on the Powerlock. I love it. And if I had my druthers, I wish we had a bit that looked just like that. Hear me at Leatherman? That would insert in there. I suspect that Leatherman has already received and will receive more requests for an awl bit, and pretty soon you won't have to go to the trouble and your own personal time to make one. But as of 2008 October, that's not the case, at least as far as I know. Now, that's the awl for Leatherman Charge. Love it. I think it'll be effective. We'll find out. I was going to tell you a couple other quick criticisms I found and forgot to mention in my video of the SOG Powerlock. First off, and I should have mentioned this, but I didn't. The knife blade, I talked about how I don't prefer it. It is that chisel grind. But also, I forgot to mention how it locks up so sloppily. A lot of movement in the knife. All kinds. And if we were to compare that against the Leatherman, and I'll go and use this blade here, no movement whatsoever. Bronze bushings, comes out, it's nice and smoothly, and locks up tight. So that's that. Yet again, the SOG Powerlock comes in second. There's something else. I told you about how that 1/4 inch bit driver comes out kind of finicky and it won't lock. Let me give you a few more details on that. Notice it's not locking right now. Okay, why is it not locking? Well, here's why. It's because it's a bad design. Here, you see this, the screwdriver and can opener, this bit right here. See how it's angled down at a 45-degree angle? What it does is it prevents the engagement of the bit lock. If you pull this up so it's in a flush presentation like that, then it aligns those grooves on the back. Now it will lock. But that's pretty dumb that you have to go to that trouble to do it. Again, it's not an elegant multi-tool like the Charge. It takes a little finesse. And I see this bit constantly being deflected downwards and preventing the engagement of the bit driver. Now that you know why it happens, it's easy enough to fix. And see, there you go. Anytime you depress the lock and fold a tool, that screwdriver, can opener bit's going to angle down like that, and you'll have to dig your fingernail. I'm just using a Swiss Army Cadet because it's quicker, but once they're level like that, you should be able to lock that bit driver in. Anyways, couple quick criticisms. Had to add them. We're talking about the SOG Powerlock. Still a good multi-tool, especially for the money. However, the Leatherman Charge, especially with the awl adaptation by Nutnfancy, and there's some other good ones out there too. Definitely the multi-tool to go with. It's my favorite. Thanks for watching. Just a quick addendum video. Guess not that quick. Gosh, 9 minutes. Time flies. Thanks for watching. More coming.